Hey guys, it's Erin, and this morning I'm going to just tell you how my first day of clinicals went. I've filmed this a couple times and my husband's computer is being silly, so you haven't had a video in 3 weeks, and I'm so sorry. I suck at this YouTube thing. I apologize. Thank you, number one, to the 38 people who have subscribed. I appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed and you're watching this video, go ahead and hit that button before you leave, and go ahead and leave me a comment too. We like to get some conversation going. I'd really like to hear from some other nursing students, or if you're just curious and you're here. Let me see here. Sorry. I am doing this from my phone today just because I don't have a computer to edit on, so this is going to be nice and raw. The whole straight thing put up. Anyway, 45 seconds later, I'm just doing intro stuff. Okay, first day of clinicals was 2 days ago. It went pretty well. We ended up being in the CCU instead of on a med-surg floor. The med-surg floor we were going to be on was getting repaired, some window repairs done, and so all those patients were moved to other floors where they were already student groups, and so we got moved to the CCU. I was assigned 2 different patients, and I did 3 sets of vitals while I was there, and I did a bed bath with help from my instructor and 1 other student, and then I got to see a tick line, which I guess is like a PICC line, but it goes in here. It's a triple lumen central line, goes in here, and what else did I get to see? Not really much else, but I got to work with isolation precautions for a couple patients. I helped some of the other students with their vitals and stuff like that. So I got practice with contact isolation. What else? Basically, it was just kind of figuring out how to do stuff. It's totally different when you do it on a mannequin than you go do it in real life. Like bed bath, like I could do it on a mannequin, but then I was kind of not hesitant, but like I felt like it was kind of a slightly different process for a real person than when we did it in lab. But the patient really appreciated the bed bath. They said they felt much better afterward, and they were very grateful for that. I helped them brush their teeth, and yeah, and then I helped get a couple different patients their meals for the day, breakfast or lunch, depending on when I got in there. And the nurses were really nice. They were very glad we were there. They were willing to help, even though we showed up as a complete surprise at 6:45 in the morning. They were very helpful, and the techs were great, and they helped us find stuff to do and helped us get stuff done. Right now, to do any procedures or things like bed baths or NGs or Foleys or anything, we have to have a registered nurse in the room. And that's just a thing for our fundamentals class, since that's the clinicals we're in. We have to have a registered nurse in the room. So that can either be our clinical instructor or one of the nurses on the floor. But the techs were helping with vitals and stuff like that for anyone that needed some assistance. We did use the kind of Dynamap vitals machines, which I haven't worked with before. So that was kind of interesting getting to try those. We'd only done manual, like blood pressure and lab and things like that. And that's really all I can think of. It wasn't as scary as I thought it was going to be. I definitely feel better about clinicals now that I've been on the floor once. We're going to be in the CCU every week on Friday mornings, and so hopefully I'll get to see and do some more stuff. Hopefully the same patients aren't there. But I'm glad I got to do it, and I feel better about my decision to be in nursing after this first day, because I realized that this is what I want to do, and there was no point in the clinicals where I was like, ugh, someone else needs to do this because I don't want to. Like, I know we're there to learn and stuff like that, but there were some people who were like, I really don't want to go do this thing. And I was like, well, you know, fine, I'll go do it for you, kind of a thing. So that's really all I've got. If any of you guys have your first clinicals or have done, or nurses or other students who are higher up in the programs, and if you want to share some of your clinical stories down below. I didn't have anything exciting on my first day, but I've got 3 or 4 more weeks of clinicals, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, leave me your good stories below, words of encouragement for fellow nursing students, and hit the subscribe button before you leave, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.